Jack, it's time for another Mayor's Hour.
Yep, and in a special place here in Tampa, too.
Absolutely. But before we talk about this project, this guy had a birthday recently.
Oh, yeah. And I've forgotten which one.
Yeah.
I quit counting quite a few ago.
It's
But you
25.
had one, too. You had one, too.
I did. I had one back in July, and I'm 26.
Yeah, this is an anniversary of my 39th.
There we go. But no, we're downtown Tampa, no surprise, at what has become a hot spot, a hot city, a market that everyone's talking about. And it's because of projects that we're going to talk about today and investors and entrepreneurs that we're going to meet today. We are at the Aloft Hotel in downtown Tampa. It used to be the old Mercantile Bank building, and for the old timers in Tampa, it was the old IBM building at the corner of Ashley and Kennedy, fronting on the Hillsborough River.
The IBM building,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And I'm an old timer here. I've been here 44 years now.
Yep, the old IBM building, and if you'll remember, you remember that big banking scandal years ago with they were doing money laundering?
Oh, yeah.
And I forget what the name of that particular bank was, but that was headquartered here as well. So this building has a long, colorful history.
A rich history, but I think its history has done a turnaround. It's going to be really special from now on.
Oh yeah, it is. It's become the hot spot for the beautiful people. They don't invite Jack and I, which
Well, my partner in the morning, Corey Dillon, was telling me about. She's hung out in the bar already a couple of times, I think. And she said that's going to be a special place. That's going to be a great gathering place here. The Aloft Hotel. When I've stayed in the Aloft. My first experience was up in Milwaukee a few years ago, and we were up there with the Tampa Bay Storm, and I thought it was Aloft.
Yeah, we all did.
And then I was up there again with a Storm, and then I stayed there in Tallahassee because it's a great chain in itself. I love staying there because of the whole concept is so different from most hotels.
It is, and it's been very successful. And we're going to meet Punit Shah, who's one of the prime partners in this deal. And so, stay with us. We're going to tell you another great story, another success story about what's going on here in downtown Tampa. And Jack and I will be right back. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's good to be the mayor.
He wants you right over there. On the ground. On the ground.
Come on out. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Jackets will fully inflate and you're ready to enter the water.
Welcome back, Jack. We've got the mastermind behind this amazing restoration of an old building. His name is Punit Shah. He is the president and CEO of Liberty Group. A great young guy. He's fallen in love with Tampa, and he represents, I think, what this next generation is going to do when old guys like you and I pass the torch to this next generation. And he's been in the hotel business, he and his family, for a long time. I know his father, I know his mother, and he really is, I think the best and the brightest that this community is putting forth. And
that is, he's what you're looking for to bring here.
Absolutely.
Or to nurture
here,
here, to keep here. And this is a great example of what you're looking for, the growth of Tampa, for sure.
See, that now that we're done being nice to you, okay? Punit, tell us about yourself, a little bit about your history. Tell us a little bit about Liberty Group, and then most importantly, tell us a lot about this Aloft Hotel.
Well, thank you, and Jack, happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you guys being here today, and a little bit about us is that we were started in 1980 by my father, Shah, and we started in a town called Youngstown, Ohio. Our company was named Liberty Group because the hotel that my dad first owned was in Liberty Township. So the name stuck. It became very fortunate for us, and so every property we've ever developed has the name Liberty in it, including this one, Liberty Tampa Investments. So the story goes that he had started as a general manager and worked his way up into a owner eventually, and acquired 20 hotels and sold them all in 2004 before retiring to Tampa. And it was around the same time that I graduated college, so I moved to Tampa to start my business with my family. So
Where did you go to college, by the way?
I moved down from Boston, and I went to
Okay.
Boston University, met my wife at Boston University. My dog is named Boston. It's his birthday today as well. So we were able to really identify with a pedestrian-friendly, urban-centric city. And moving to Tampa, we saw that this city had the potential to become that. We've got all of the physical elements of a phenomenal city with our waterfront, our infrastructure, and really the different demand generators that drive business to our city. So we are now 35 years old. We've always been in the hotel business. We have about 30 hotels now, including this one. And they're scattered throughout the United States. But my office is right next door. I live downtown. I love downtown. I've lived downtown.
Oh, you live down here
I
too?
live
That's
down here.
great.
Yeah.
He's down here all the time.
I'm down here all the time. I always see the mayor walking around. And I've been in downtown since I moved here in 2004. And I've seen the growth of it. I've seen the particular growth in the past 4 years. This city has changed more so in the past 3 or 4 years than it has in the past 10 years that I've been here. And it makes it really exciting time to be here. And we love being here. We love living here as residents, and we love doing business here.
Boy, that is an incredible the pitch. I mean, that ought to do that video and send it all over the place, because you're exactly what this city needs to continue to grow like that. And the fact that you found, I mean, you sound like you're doing a pitch for him. That sounds like something he would say. Yeah. This is the foremost promoter for Tampa, and it really does. It's exactly what he loves to see. You know.
Well, I'll tell you, the more I bring my friends down from New York and Boston, the more they love this city, and the more we get to showcase and be a cheerleader for the city. And I think that speaks volumes, because every time my friends go back to their cities, I'm always hearing about how dynamic and how thriving Tampa has become. And that makes me, as a citizen and as a business person in Tampa, feel great.
Well, and part of it is this product that you have produced, helping to make that not only attractive, but a hip place for people of your generation. And, you know, it's one thing to compete based on the fact that New York or Massachusetts or Illinois is a high-tax state, over-regulated. But we have a different vibe here and a different natural environment that makes us unique. And so tell us when you saw this building, Punit, what did you think? Because this thing has sat vacant for a long time.
It has. And I was very fortunate that my friends and my partners at Convergent Capital brought this opportunity to me. They bought this property in 2012, almost 2 years to the date from today, and approached me and said, you know, what do you think about it? Tampa is a very vibrant city, and although we like the idea of converting this building into an office building once more, do you see any potential in doing a hotel? So my friends and I strategized. We thought about what the highest and best use for this property would be, knowing that it had been shuttered for almost 5 years and had structural issues and had
flooding issues,
flooding issues, and had seawall issues. Yeah. So we recognized all of that, but we also recognized that this location is unparalleled. It is on the corner of Main and Main. It has what I believe to be the most visible location in downtown. And we thought maybe we can bring life back into it by converting it and doing an adaptive reuse project into a hotel. So we sat down with our engineers and our architects, and we figured out what was possible with the existing structure and what can we possibly do to make this into a really cool destination hotel that we would be proud of as residents. We went through those meetings, and we had some great conversations, and finally determined that a boutique lifestyle brand would be exactly what Tampa needs in this stage of its transition. And thinking that, selfishly, what would be a cool place for us to hang out when we want to, you know, when it's all said and done, where would we really like to have a cocktail and enjoy this gorgeous view and enjoy our city? And we determined in December of 2012 that the Aloft brand by Starwood Hotels was really the perfect fit for the city right now.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about Aloft. When I was in the first one, I fell in love with it, and we stayed there again at the ones in Milwaukee. And then when we were in Tallahassee, I told my wife about it. She said, we got to stay there. And we've been in that one a couple of times. And whenever we go to Tallahassee, we stay in Aloft. And for those who've never been in here, there's sort of an ultra-modern feel, but more of a space-age feel. It's the future. And so many great amenities. I mean, things like where you buy snacks and things like that. It's just incredible, the selection they've got and the way it looks. The bathrooms are very modern and so clean. The whole place looks so clean looking. It's just a different look than any hotel people have ever been in if they haven't been in a loft.
Yeah, Punit, tell us what the Aloft sort of brand is here, because it's quasi-industrial. I mean, it's got a hip edge to it. So and that's consistent across the Starwood's Aloft brand. So,
Yeah.
Tell us about what we're seeing here.
Well, Mayor, you talked a little bit about the history of this building. When we were looking at designing it, we were thinking about the future of this building and the future of our city and the demographic of our city. So we designed the hotel to accommodate that demographic that we believe is transitioning here. So we've designed the hotel to be really modern, spacious, bright, welcoming, and warm, not only for guests that are visiting Tampa, but for residents like us that live down in Tampa and downtown, and really want to enjoy this as a neighborhood watering hole and a bar and a place to gather and invite friends. So we took both of those elements and combined them to make sure that the design and final product appealed to both types of travelers and residents alike. So we have taken really earth tone colors and harmonized them with a urban industrial feel, because that's what we believe our target guest wants. That's what they're used to seeing. They're used to living in lofts. They're used to being in urban cities where space is a premium, where they're not necessarily confined to being in their room, but they want to check into their room, drop their bags, and go out and explore our city and spend money and time at our bars and our restaurants and Curtis Hickson Park and the Tampa Forum and the Convention Center.
And jog on the Riverwalk.
And the Riverwalk, exactly. So we had all of those things in mind when designing the hotel, that how do we make this product and this hotel feel like part of the city instantly.
Tell us about some of the challenges you faced in an old building like this structurally, because this is not an easy restoration.
No, you're right. And anyone involved in a renovation knows that building something new is much easier than renovating something that's existing. So we knew that going into this project. So what we did is we deliberately demolished everything in the hotel, and sticking to our core principles and our values of sustainability. Nearly 100 tons of metal and drywall and debris were recycled during that demolition. So every bit of construction debris was recycled. We then were able to examine all the structural concerns of the building before we started with the new construction. And that allowed us to use state-of-the-art remediation techniques like carbon fiber wrapping to protect the structural columns and some of the beams. We also had to restore the seawall, and we had to plan ahead and work hand in hand with Lee Hoffman and his team at Riverwalk, because we needed to be ahead of them. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to access our seawall. So we completed our seawall first, we completed demolition first, and then we worked within the structural confines that we were allowed to within the building.
When you say a boutique hotel, and this is for a lot of guys like me, and my wife will say boutique hotel, and I'm thinking, what is a boutique hotel? What distinguishes a boutique hotel? What does that mean? You might know. I don't know. Do you know?
I'm going to let him answer. He's the one who's got the skin in the game.
He doesn't know.
So a boutique
It's not a bed and
hotel,
breakfast, I know that.
No.
certainly, a boutique hotel really is something that allows you to share in the experience of where you're visiting. It gives you.
I was just going to say that.
I was thinking that must be it.
I always liken this hotel to almost like going to Miami. If you go to Miami, you're not going to a TGI Friday. You are going to a local spot that gives you a memorable time and a memorable experience while you're in Miami. The same thing in Tampa is we wanted to create a memorable reason for people to come to Tampa and stay here. We wanted people to come back and say, when you're in Tampa, stay at that Aloft in downtown, because it really is part of the city. It's woven into the fabric and the heart and the DNA of what Tampa is, as opposed to necessarily being another roadside hotel.
Yeah, and it looks nothing like traditional hotels. That's what's really neat. When you walk in, you're intrigued by the look. It's kind of enigmatic, and there's where you check in. That's different, first of all. It's not up against the wall where hotels normally are, and the other lofts I've been in are the same kind of thing, but there's just so much to look around and absorb, unlike most hotels right from the start. And that was purposely designed that way. I mean, certainly we had to utilize the existing structure, and that was, it was a great opportunity to be creative. But we purposely created a lot of windows and visibility and sight line. So when you're a Tampa resident walking on Ashley or Kennedy and you're looking into the hotel, you're seeing activity. But likewise, when you're a guest
and you're looking out, you're seeing the vibrance and the electricity and the energy of our city too. And that's going to continue for years. And we really wanted people to feel connected to the city. That's what's really unique about our location.
What about the rooms? Because I know you have a variety of rooms at different cost levels and so forth. Tell us about those.
Well, because we had an existing building, it was built in 1964. We didn't really have the
Was it
luxury.
1860?
19.
Oh, I thought he said 18.
Not quite that old.
Couldn't be. That's almost as old as I am.
But because we had the confines of the building and the existing structure, this hotel actually has 16 different types of rooms, which is highly unusual for any hotel, and it makes it a big challenge for my staff. But it really gives a guest the flexibility of having a different experience every time they check in. So each room is distinctly unique in their layout, their views. But one thing that's not different is every room in this hotel has a phenomenal view of downtown or of the Riverwalk.
So wherever you are, you don't have the inside rooms or anything like that with no view. You got them everywhere.
We have them everywhere, yeah.
So the Riverwalk opens or is completed mid-January of 15, 6 months from now. How do you think that's going to change your environment here?
Well, we can't wait. I mean, we've been, as a resident of Tampa, putting my Tampa resident hat on, we've been so enthusiastic and excited for Riverwalk to be completed so that we can wake up and go for a nice 3-mile run. We just love the entire idea of the Riverwalk. And being ahead of that time where we can be part of that experience, in fact, right where the Riverwalk is adjoining and final completion, it's really an exciting time for us. We've been working hand in hand with the people at the Riverwalk, with Lee in particular, to ensure that there's continuity and consistency between what the views are from our hotel and the views from Riverwalk to our hotel are. But we think it's going to be tremendous for our guests. We think it's a great selling point for people who are coming from out of town, where we can say, we are touching Riverwalk, we're right on it, and you can wake up in the morning, go for a nice walk with your coffee or your dog, and have an additional, enhance your experience while you're here in Tampa.
Well, I got to believe, I mean, you have a pool on the back deck overlooking the river and your bar is positioned accordingly. I got to believe when the weather gets cool that people are just going to be flocking to that bar back there to sit out, to have a cocktail, to see the minarets lit up, to be on the river.
Yep.
I mean, this will be a destination, and I can't wait for it to cool off so I can hang out back here.
It's already doing that as far as the bar in here because of the great view from inside the bar. Like I was saying, my partner Corey, and she hangs out with all the right people all the time. She's already been here twice, and she said it's a phenomenal experience, and that's going to be the go-to place here in Tampa. When people finish work or whatever it is, they're going to want to go there, and particularly on weekends, they're going to want to hang out there. But the great thing is you're talking about those rooms, and I want to go back to those again. You've got the rooms, and then you've got suites, and then you've got, of course, a presidential suite up there. And people can, no matter how big the big shot is that you're bringing into town or something like that, you can put him up in a presidential suite, and he's going to have the best place in town, the best view in town, I would think.
Well, I sure hope so. And our entire 8th floor is all suites. Every one of those rooms has a balcony overlooking the city, and really it adds to that additional guest experience for people from out of town. It's it's a great viewpoint for University of Tampa, Riverwalk, the Hillsborough River, but also you can see all the way down to Channel Side looking straight down Kennedy.
Maybe next time the President of the United States will stay here.
I sure hope so.
I would think he should. He certainly should. This is a unique experience, and it's going to be uniquely Tampa, I think, because of the Riverwalk and the river and the view that you do have. What is the pool? I've been told about a pool called an infinity pool. What is that?
Well, the infinity pool is actually where the mayor and I planted a gold coin about 2 years ago when we did our groundbreaking. And hopefully it's still there.
I hope so, yeah.
But an infinity pool effectively gives you a zero edge view line. So when you're standing at the pool deck, you can look at the pool and it flows right into the river. And it was a very challenging pool to make, particularly that we had to build it on top of a 2-floor suspended garage. But it was worth the effort. We had about 3 or 4 different engineers involved just in the design of the pool. And the fabrication of the pool took almost 2.5 months. But the pool itself is a real focal point for us because we believe that that's really where the heart and soul of the social scene of the hotel is going to be. As you mentioned, when the weather cools down in a few weeks, we believe everyone's going to be out there and enjoying the spectacular views of Tampa from that view.
Well, Punit, thanks. Stay with us. We're coming right back to show you more of this this amazing hotel. Aloft, not Aloft, Aloft.
Aloft.
We're standing on the pool deck of the new Aloft Hotel in downtown Tampa, what I consider to be on Main and Main, right along the Hillsborough River. And what you're seeing here used to be the deck of an office building. In a few short weeks, this will be the most vibrant place in Tampa. We call it the backyard, and truly it's the backyard for our guests. We've got a fire pit over there. We've got an incredibly difficult and challenging pool that was designed, but phenomenal views. This will be the social hub of the hotel. The bar overlooks the pool, the gym overlooks the pool, the lobby overlooks the pool. So this is really going to be the nucleus of where the social activity of the hotel revolves around. So the brand is the Aloft. It's called the Aloft Hotel, a vision of W Hotels. It's a modern, unique lifestyle boutique brand that's geared to the Generation X and Y demographic. And the whole reason we picked this brand is we see the resurgence of that type of demographic in the downtown core. And we know that this is something that's right for our city at this time. And we picked this building in particular because it is the most centrally located building in all of downtown Tampa. It had its own challenges. It's a building that was built in the mid-60s, and it was never designed to be a hotel. It was designed to be an office building from its inception. So the type of challenges we faced were phenomenal, but well worth the location. The brand is really known for their technology and their access to that social environment and social media. We think that this hotel is going to be the most state-of-the-art hotel in Tampa. In fact, you can check in with your iPhone into any one of our rooms. You can walk into the hotel, go right to your door, wave your iPhone, and the door will pop wide open. We're the fastest internet in all of Tampa. The type of design we've put into the hotel makes us compatible to any technology changes over the next decade. We own about 20 hotels throughout the country right now. We've done a lot of development out in St. Pete Beach. We've done a lot of projects here in downtown Tampa. In fact, we developed the first green hotel in Tampa, which is our Holiday Inn at Busch Gardens. That opened up about 4.5 years ago, and this project here will be an eco-friendly, even greener hotel, taking advantage of all the state-of-the-art type of technology we can to make it sensitive to all the sustainability initiatives that we're looking to put out there. We're based in Tampa. My office is a block away, but I actually live in downtown Tampa. I've lived here for almost 10 years, and I love the city, and I see explosive growth happening here. And we envision ourselves being part of the catalyst of the future of Tampa's growth.
Jack, we're back. Another segment of the Mayor's Hour at the Aloft Hotel. We met the guy whose idea this was, whose money it was, who owns this place along with some of his partners. But now we get to meet the woman who actually makes it all happen, Crystal Rivera. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining Jack and I on the Mayor's Hour. So tell us what you do.
Well, I'm the director of sales at the property. I handle all sales efforts for the rooms portion, the food and beverage, which includes the bar, special events, handle social media as well for the property.
And what's your background? Where did you learn the hotel business?
Well, I started my career at Miami, where I'm originally from. Worked in the Miami Airport Marriott in the accounting department for an internship. Upon completing high school, I moved over to Tampa to attend University of South Florida, where I continued my hotel industry career in front desk, food and beverage, and sales.
Well, that paid off big time,
Yes,
that
yes.
career, because this is a great gig.
Yes, I worked about 10 years here in the downtown Tampa market and about 6.5 with Starwood Hotels and Resorts.
Good, good. Well, Starwood's is taking over downtown between
It
Le
is.
Meridian and Aloft.
Definitely is. We're excited about it.
Where did you begin your hotel career here, though?
Here with Marriott in downtown Tampa, and I worked
At the
next
Waterside?
door. No, at
Or-
the Residence Inn and Courtyard, and I
Okay.
also worked next door at the Sheraton for about
Okay.
6
John
years.
McKibben's.
Yes, Mr. McKibben.
Yeah.
And how did you get discovered here? Just applied and
Actually, I was scoping out the Aloft prior to opening. I've sent a couple messages. I stayed in touch with Punit and Liberty Group, and upon opening, I definitely landed the job here.
That's great. So what's your day like?
My day consists of several tours on the property. We have a high interest demand for the property. It's such a unique location.
Just
and
tours of
tours,
non-guests?
Non-guests.
Folks like Jack and I?
Yes, like Jack and yourself. We have the local community always wanting to check out both the bar and the hotel rooms. We're doing several tours. We do several outside events to promote the property as well.
Well, it seems like it's been going pretty well. Every time I drive past here, I mean, it's busy in the lobby and the bar's busy.
Tons of networking mixers, and the bar does phenomenal with the live entertainment.
oh, I'm hearing more and more about that. I've mentioned it a couple of times already. How many people do you have employed here?
We have about 35 individuals employed between our front desk, housekeeping, maintenance, and there's about 4 managers on property as well.
And of course, the bar itself, I keep going back to that bar thing because I'm going to be hanging there at some point. And the room, how many rooms? I don't think that.
130 rooms,
130 rooms?
130. So
21 suites.
And the bookings have been going well?
Bookings have been going very well. We've actually had several sellout days where we're performing well than we initially anticipated.
That's great. And can you tell when there's an activity downtown? Do you, like, for example, something at the Straz or a convention?
We definitely feel the compression from several conventions in town, the events happening at the Straz Center or even at the Forum.
Wow,
I
that's
like that, the compression from those things happening. Give us an idea of what it would cost to stay here, because this is the kind of experience, and Joy and I've done this before in the past, and we're going to have to do it one time here. We just came down for a weekend and stayed at a hotel just to see what it's like for people who come here for the first time and experience it, and jog downtown that day. And now we got the riverfront and everything. We're certainly going to be doing that here, but just for the benefit of people who would like to come here and stay one time. And of course, this show's on the internet, so these people could be anywhere watching that. Give us an idea of the cost of rooms.
Cost of room range from $179 to about $269, depending on the time of the year. Our suites, which are all located on the 8th floor, come with a full-on terrace, and that ranges anywhere between $300 and $800, depending on the time of the year, of course.
Yeah, and that fluctuates based on the season.
Exactly.
And summer season is the low season,
Our
right?
summer season is our low season, so definitely great deals happening around that
That's
time
great.
frame.
Oh yeah, we're about to hit the heavy season here
Yes.
pretty soon.
Big money now.
Yeah, what about the lobby? There's so many things to see here, and as I said earlier, it's a very enigmatic place when you come in, and you can see everything. What all are we finding down here from the standpoint of the visitor for the first time?
Well, by design, Aloft was made to be a socializing and mixing atmosphere. So we have our pod station here at the front desk where the guests can interact with our front desk talent. Most hotels, you have the front desk, which serves as a barrier to the guest and the employee. Here at the Aloft, we're all about socializing and making our guests feel like they're at home and sticking with the whole concept of social and mixing.
And you have a coffee station over here or breakfast?
We do. We have our espresso bar, which can make more than just your typical espressos. We do cappuccinos, American coffee. We also have refuel. So refuel's 24 hours, state-of-the-art grab-and-go cafe. We offer hot breakfast sandwiches in the morning, salad sandwiches, and wraps for lunch as well.
But there's no traditional restaurant in here.
There is no traditional restaurant, but we do offer several key items in the bar, from our flatbreads,
Right,
beef
sure.
sliders, and crab cakes.
Well, that's part of that whole Aloft model is not to have a traditional restaurant, but to have very nice.
Everything you could ever want over there. And I was telling him too, the first time I ever discovered some Cinnabon crackers, they were in the Aloft up in Milwaukee, and I went crazy over those. And that was my lasting memory.
They're
But
definitely addicting.
and having been in the 2 Alofts, they aren't close to this. I mean, they're great places. I love them, and that's the reason we always stay in the one in Tallahassee. But you all, I haven't seen all the Alofts, but this one has got to be even special for Aloft standards.
It definitely is. We actually revitalized a building that was empty for over 30 years, so that in itself definitely is showcasing our hotel very well.
So on the weekends, are you getting a lot of folks just coming for the bar experience?
We do. Downtown has several residents here in the area, so we have a lot of local patrons who come here quite often.
Boy, I can only imagine that again. And we talked about this at Eulalie's, I think, on the other end of the Riverwalk down there. And this place is going to be red hot with that bunch down that way. And I'm pointing toward all the apartments that you have down there. That this is going to be a great place for them to gather.
Well, you think about it, January of this year, you can start at Eulalie, and you'll be able to walk the entire length of the river all the way around to the History Center and the Columbia Restaurant there. And we're hoping that we're going to be able to wet zone the entire Riverwalk so that you can get a band showing that you've been at an establishment, a legitimate establishment, and be able to take that cocktail and walk the entire length of the Riverwalk.
Yeah, either here, stepping out from here. Well, let's go down to Eulalie's a little while. Now let's go back to Aloft, or let's go on down to wherever they.
Well, particularly when we start programming the parks. Eulalie's booked for the next 14 weeks, so you've got the park.
Yeah.
So you've got the activities in the park, you've got activities in Curtis Dixon Park, you'll have activities in Cotonchobee Park, and so people are going to be moving all up and down, both locals and visitors, and you guys are uniquely positioned.
Now, what about the parking situation here? Because we're in the midst of downtown and everything. How does that work out?
We offer 24-hour valet service, so whether you're here for the bar, you can get your parking validated. Guests also can utilize the valet parking where you don't have to worry about the stress or the hassle of trying to find parking here. Everything's handled for you from check-in to check-out.
This is a good question, and Mark came up with this one. I got to ask you, what's your favorite thing about Aloft? When you go in every morning, you say, boy, I really love this.
It ranges from the live music and the vibrant colors, but if I had to choose one, it's definitely the presidential suite. We have a huge full-on terrace with several outdoor seating. It's great for meetings, and one of the great things about that room is a panoramic view of the Hillsborough River and the minarets at UT.
Are we going to get to see that today?
Yes, you definitely
Sweet.
will.
You know I'm going to have to dive into bed, because I always dive into bed
Yes.
whenever I'm at one of these hotel.
Love it.
He does that quite frequently. He's an embarrassment to all of us when he does that kind of thing.
I get to be a little kid, not a mayor anymore. I just get to jump onto bed.
What do you see for the future? Are there any changes? Anything you want to see that you'd like to add, or anything different?
The
looking down the road?
possibilities are endless here at the Aloft. We see several events, not just for corporate meetings. We see several mixers, holiday parties. Our goal is to ultimately be the go-to place, not just for the bar, but for the hotel as well.
Well, you think about it. I mean, think about what's opened in the last couple months. Obviously, Aloft. You've got Epicurean down in Hyde Park with the rooftop bar, which is really starting to draw as well. You've got Le Méridien, downtown Tampa. So it's these boutique hotels that are really making us special. It's not just your typical cookie cutter brand. And that people want to come because they like authenticity.
They love different, yep.
Yeah.
And this location is unbeatable. I mean, being where it is, right on the river, and as Punit was saying, you're 2 main streets. I mean, Ashley is the corridor here, and coming off the interstate and everything, and then, of course, you got Kennedy Boulevard, which has always been the big deal out here. And will there be any changes? Are there things that you do different seasonally, or aside from, I guess, price changes on rooms when there's more or less demand?
Seasonally, we try to interact more with our guests. So throughout the year, we change our drink specials at the bar, for example. So we're heading into the fall season, so we'll definitely be changing that. We try to adjust the decor based on the season as well. So during spring, our spring package comes out and the decor changes as well.
Now, have you learned to identify the place when somebody says, where are you located? Right across from the beer can building.
Yes, the beer can building is very popular, so everyone knows us because of that.
Oh, that's the way it'll always be.
Yeah, it will.
Oh, it's that great hotel right across from the beer can building,
Much
right
to
there
the
on the
chagrin
river.
of the new owners who have tried to rebrand it as Rivergate Tower, but it will always be in our
The
hearts.
beer
Beer
can
can
building. It was kind of like the exploding chicken and a few other things around here. They never change, but this is going to take on something special, particularly for the longtime residents like myself. I remember when it was a bank, but it's hard to recall what it was, but it was almost like this was made to be an Aloft. When you look at the shape and size of the building, everything about it was almost perfect to make it what it is. And it has to be just perfectly manageable, just the right size and everything for you guys, hasn't it?
It's a great project. You should be very
I'm
proud.
extremely proud.
So stay with us. We'll be right back with another segment of the Mayor's Hour. We're going to get to go see the presidential or the mayoral suite.
The mayoral suite.
And I am jumping on that bed.
The mayoral suite.
It's kind of like the presidential suite, but you know. Good night. See you in the morning. Aloft Hotel, mayoral suite, alone. Jack, we're back for another segment, and you know, it seems like every time we do one of these shows, we're either eating or drinking.
Yes, and here we are in a bar, behind the bar.
Behind the
no
bar,
less.
it's 5 after 12 on a Tuesday morning, and here we are. Well, you're done with your day.
I
still
know.
got
When I
another
finish
12
here,
hours.
I can enjoy it. You got a long day yet ahead of you. That's the nice thing about not being mayor.
Well, one of the good things when you get behind the bar is you get to meet nice people. And we have met Katie Green, who coincidentally is a young lady from Brandon, Florida. Not in the city, but you know, not all of us can be as lucky to live in the city. So she comes to us from Brandon, Florida. And just a quick shout out to the Brandon High School wrestling team. Her brother's a wrestler. Amazing program. Coach Cozart, you're one of the best that we've got. So keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Did I do
By
okay?
far.
Great,
Yeah.
thanks. Appreciate the shout out.
Yeah. So anyway, we're behind the bar. This is a really cool bar. We've talked to Punit.
Amazing.
We've talked to Crystal. This is where all the beautiful people want to hang out.
I would definitely agree with that statement. We have a gorgeous view not only of the people that are at our bar, but also the view of behind our guests is absolutely stunning. We have, I think personally, one of the best views of the city. The sunset here drops right behind the Tampa, University of Tampa minarets.
Yeah, that's the iconic thing about Tampa is right there out your window, and you've got this incredible panorama of the Tampa icon with the minarets right there in the background. It's
absolutely stunning. Like I come to work 5 days a week and am blessed to see that view every single day. And I have to say my guests are pretty beautiful as well, though.
Well, I think she's talking about you and I.
Yes.
So when the hipsters, the handsome hipsters like Jack and I, hang out here, which we do regularly because this is where the beautiful people hang out.
Of course.
Oh, yes,
Like us.
indeed, absolutely.
Like us, just keep nodding. We're good.
The
We're on a roll.
bodacious people.
Just smile and
We're
nod.
on a roll. So every time I drive past here, looking at the beautiful people, saying, "I wish I could be like that again." What's it like up here? I mean, there's a vibe, there's a coolness, there's a hipness.
The great thing is our vibe is different almost every single night. We have such a variety. On the weekdays, you can come in here and you'll see at 5 o'clock we have a happy hour, and you'll see local business people coming in having a drink after work. And on the weekends, the music gets a little louder. It's definitely more of a young, vibrant vibe in here, and with people we're packed in here, ready to have a great time and let loose on the weekend. So
Yeah,
it's great.
that's what I had heard about my friend who's young, who hangs out with the beautiful people, but that there are a lot of people coming down here from the apartments, that it's such a
Yes.
great thing to just walk a couple of blocks down.
It's fantastic, and we have an awesome pool table over there that people can shoot some pool while they're sipping on a yummy cocktail and really enjoying themselves and enjoying the view.
So they turn up the music for guys like Jack and I so we can hear it?
or maybe just to bust a move a little bit too.
No, I'm not busting any moves. You know. I've
maybe
done that once. It doesn't
maybe
end
after
well.
a few cocktails.
His moves are long ago busted.
They are busted. But you might inspire me to bust a move. I'm not sure.
Maybe after a drink or two.
Yeah. Then I'd have to read about it the next day.
That usually works. Where did you learn the business? How did you learn to become a
Well,
mixer?
I was in the service industry, and then in college, I obviously, like, working my way through college, I started bartending, and I really enjoyed making drinks and meeting people, and especially now working at Aloft, it's been so nice. Growing up in the city, I have so many people that are coming in from out of town that are staying with us, and I'm able to share my favorite local spots with them, which I think is awesome as a bartender to be able to really highlight what my favorite parts of Tampa are.
And you tell them about your favorite mayor?
Of course, the first thing I say.
I was going to say that.
Where did the name WXYZ, because I've noticed that's the bar name, and I'm wondering where that came from.
It's really cool. That actually comes from Aloft. Aloft originally was considered the little sister hotel of the W, and Aloft grew into something so much more than just a little sister. So we keep with the W it's like homage to the W hotel as well.
Well, you're going to work your magic for us, aren't you?
I am.
All right. I can't wait. Let's get rolling here.
You're going to teach him to mix, right?
Yes, I am. I'm going to
I got to see this.
put you to work.
See if you've got a future after this mayoral gig's over.
All right, so we're going to start off with with one of our new fall cocktails that we're coming out with. It's called an Autumn Breeze. So what you're going to do is you're going to put some basil leaves in there.
Just put them in?
Actually, it's a fun little fact to know is whenever you use any kind of herb, you should let the aroma, so kind of slap it on your wrist a little bit.
Oh, that makes the aroma more slapping.
Yeah. It does actually. It really releases the aroma.
Wait till your wife starts wondering wait till she smells you and wonder where you've been.
I've been
In
down
the garden.
at the hot bartenders at the Aloft. Come on.
So, and then we're going to put...
What's wrong with that? I got
I
a tough
didn't
job being
know
a
that.
mayor.
I want to try that one out.
Go slap yourself with some of
Slap
that.
your-
Perfect.
Whoa, that's
Who knew
powerful.
bartending could be so much fun? And so we're going to put 0.5 ounces of lemon juice in here.
What's this one called again?
This is called an Autumn Breeze.
An Autumn Breeze.
Yeah, so
Who
then
makes up these names?
Well, it's kind of a collaboration of people that we all kind of get together and think of it, and it's all about how the drinks. We actually, our owner's super hands-on, and he really has it's awesome. He came up with a lot of the drinks that are on the list. Our last drink was actually one that he came up with himself, so you'll have to...
You're not going to get a raise just by sucking up to the owner, so it's...
I'm trying. Can't hurt to try,
I'll be
right?
watching.
All right, so we shook the lemon and basil together just to put those aromas together. So next, we're going to take Ciroc Peach, and then we're going to add 1.5 ounces of this.
And what is that? That's peach?
Ciroc Peach, it's a vodka.
Oh, vodka?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I
we're going
remember
to
when
add...
vodka used to be white and came from potatoes.
Yes, not anymore.
Well, if you look behind you, we have quite the selection now. It's come
Wow.
Come on, you're giving away the fact that we're not so hip.
I recognize that one, Jack Daniels.
And then we're going to add 0.5 ounces of elderflower, which adds a little bit of a sweetness to it.
What was that again?
Elderflower. It's called Saint Germain. It's really delicious. It's something that's really coming back. It adds a sweetness to a drink without necessarily having to put a simple syrup or something in it.
Okay.
Never heard
And
of that one
then-
either.
They didn't drink that in West Virginia?
Always.
To top it off, we're going to add 0.5 ounces of cranberry juice.
Well, we know what that is.
There we go.
Cranberry
Now we're
juice.
speaking your language.
Except it's got a funny lid on it.
That's just a pour spout. It makes it a little easier for us so we can make your drinks even quicker.
Yeah.
So shake it all together.
Now you can shake it like that.
Yeah, I can do that. Not
You want to
quite.
try? Make sure
I
you
think
hold
so.
both glasses.
Yeah, don't throw the
Watch
glass
out,
up
y'all
in the
better
air.
duck.
Maybe I should have
Yeah,
brought
I'm
my
gonna
umbrella.
back up a little bit. This could get dangerous.
Perfect. Then you kind of knock
Like
it.
James Bond with the martinis.
All right, we'll put a little bit more ice in it. And then all you do is just pour it on top.
That looks like something. I've never seen a drink that looked like that. I mean, that is pink, right?
Oh, I gotta slap myself with this
Would
again?
you like to slap it again?
Yeah.
All right,
Where do
then
you put it?
we'll just put it right on the side, and
I'm
then
going
you
to throw it away after that.
put the straw right in here. And it's always good to put your herbs right next to the straw, so when you drink, you get the smell of it as well, so it helps to enhance the flavor of the drink.
All right, it's all yours.
gonna take
You're
it?
off for the day.
Well, I'll have to see. I got to talk to his wife about this. We should have done this show Smart, Minnie. We should have done this show late tonight.
Yeah.
You can always come back
I'm going to
later.
be here anyway.
Wow, that tastes like a whole lot of things. I'm not sure.
Maybe if you
Which
just drink
one?
the whole thing.
That's just his excuse to take a second drink of it.
I think definitely you'd want to drink it very slowly.
What's it taste like? Here, pour some.
I'm not even sure what it tastes like. Let me get her to pour it
Yeah,
because
you
I'll
pour it,
pour it
'cause-
all over the place.
Here we go. I'll
That's
do it.
I can't tell what it tastes like. I can't
It
even
tastes like an
identify any of
autumn
the things
breeze.
that went in there. Well, it tastes like an autumn breeze. I should have known. Let me put it this way. There's no beer that tastes like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect.
By the way, you do have all the beers and everything, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, one of the great things that about Aloft is that we have all.
good.
Thank you.
That is good.
We
On
have
a hot summer day,
What
Or a fall
do you
day?
think it tastes like?
it's got almost like a grapefruity.
Yeah,
It's a-
I think
it's
that's
more
the
of a-
one almost thing I could identify with
Yeah.
something like a little bit of
There's
grapefruit.
no
or
grape. Is there
something.
any grapefruit in there? No. See, it's these.
It's
the vodka, and
the
liqueurs,
combination
yeah.
of it. But the great thing is we do have all
good.
local beers. We have Sweetwater 420, so we do support Georgia a little. But everything else that we have is Cigar City or Ybor Gold.
Oh, that's
And
good.
it's great
Oh,
that
boy.
we are get you in trouble with that drink.
Yeah, I mean, I can see sitting out by the pool and putting about 10 of these down.
You're a better man than I, Gunga Din. That's,
You're gonna have to take me to Brandon.
I don't know where he's appearing tonight, but this should be
It would not be
newsworthy
good.
by tomorrow, to say the least. Now, just out of curiosity, for a pedestrian like
That's good.
myself, have you got like a Bud or something like that back there? Budweiser beer.
Yes, we have a Bud Light.
Okay,
We
good.
have all sorts of bottled beer and draft beer.
I was just
so.
checking.
You can't hang out with the beautiful people and drink Budweiser.
But I would definitely recommend trying some of the beers on draft. And during our happy hour, they're $4, so you can't beat that either.
Yeah, the Cigar City beers, you can't beat them. The cracker beer, I
Fantastic.
like
It's
that cracker beer.
Florida Cracker, yes,
Yeah.
There we go. We have that for you.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to a martini.
Now, martini, I've seen
Yes.
those.
Here, just don't look. I'm gonna have another sip.
I won't tell if you don't tell.
I might.
Helps my day go by.
All right, so
like
we're going to
that.
start off with
get the martini, Jack.
2 ounces of Crown Royal Maple.
Is that
Crown
maple?
Royal Maple in a martini?
Yes, this is going to be a caramel apple martini.
I thought that was gin or vodka.
You know
We're
what?
learning all kinds of
Times
new
are
stuff.
changing. We like to spice it up. We like to really have unique drinks here that people can try and try something a little different.
That is definitely different. I'm going to try to finish my little drink over
Oh,
there.
yes,
Lon.
sir.
This is the only time I've ever been on TV or even radio that you got a chance to stand around with a drink.
Just hold your drink.
I mean, I love
Socially
doing the beer.
acceptable.
The beer show was a lot of fun. This is even better.
All right, and then we're going to do 0.5 of butter schnapps.
What's that one?
Butter schnapps, it adds some more of
Butter
the...
schnapps.
Schnapps. That brings back bad memories from fraternity days.
And then 0.5 of sour apple.
Sour.
Apple, yes. All right.
And that's going to be a martini. That, I was just saying I knew what a martini was, but I don't. I didn't even
Martinis
come close
definitely
to knowing
have
what a martini.
changed, but that's the great thing about martinis is you really can almost make anything out of them. And on Mondays we have a martini special where we have $6 martinis, so you can come and kind of test our bartending skills and give us a run for our money and see if we can make whatever's on your mind.
Wow.
And then
That is pretty tasty.
That
This
is good.
is kind of like pink lemonade.
Hot summer day.
Might have a little more kick to it than pink lemonade.
And whenever you shake a martini, you want to shake it about 30 times to make sure it's all the way chilled. And with
Now,
this martini,
which way did 007 want it? Stirred, not shaken, or shaken, not
I
stirred?
think his was stirred.
Stirred, not
And
shaken.
then do you want to help me with this? This is the special part of this martini.
Okay.
We're going to drizzle caramel on the glass. Just to make
Oh.
little.
I know what that is.
There we
If I
go.
drink enough of these, I'll be drizzling.
All right. We'll add a
If
little
everyone else
bit.
drinks them, we start to look good. Because we're invisible to attractive young girls at our age.
We'll add a little bit more caramel to that so they
All
can
right.
get the flavoring.
Oh, that would be a significant drizzle right there.
I've
Yes.
never seen a martini anywhere close to looking like that. This is great.
It definitely is yummy. And then you just pour it on top.
Now, given your background, your experience, when you first started out or in the past, have you made drinks like this, or have these all been created for Aloft?
Well, this drink we actually have created just for Aloft. I have amazing bartenders that I work with, and we've spent about the last month really honing in and trying to think of new drinks that we can put on our menu for the town to try, because I love going to new bars and trying drinks that I've never had any place else. So that's what we really try to have, unique drinks here at WXYZ.
We're going to have to create a drink called the Buckhorn.
I think that's a great idea.
I think it'd be really special. People
think
come in,
that's
let me
okay.
have one of them Buckhorns.
I think that's
All right, Jack, go
fantastic.
for it.
All
Here.
right. Here we go.
It's all
Oh,
yours,
oh my
brother.
Lord. I don't know if I can handle this thing.
And if you get a little caramel on the side, it really adds to the flavor of it.
Wow, that'll make you talk deep. That is tasty, though. It really is.
I'm glad you enjoy
I'm
it.
more of a beer kind of guy, but that is mighty tasty.
Here at WXYZ, we will change you. You can start with your beer, but we'll get you to drink martinis as well.
As long as you have a room for him upstairs.
You do have a Riverwalk drink that you put out there too, don't you?
Yes, I was saving that one for last.
Well, I don't know if we can go many more. Let's go to the Riverwalk
Yes, let's go to
drink.
the Riverwalk. All right.
If I'm going to be testing, this is going to have to be it because I got to drive home.
Perfect. Or we can call you a taxi.
Or Uber.
Yes, I love Uber. All righty.
That does
So here's
taste
how we're
good.
going to start off making this. You guys can make one together. Do you want to do this?
No, that's a grapefruit. I recognize that.
Yes, we're back
I'm just
to
getting
the-
excited when I see things I recognize.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the grapefruit on the side of the glass. Just like this. So it kind of fits right nice in there.
You know, in the old days, bartenders sat around and sliced up limes and things like that. You have to come in the morning and slice up a grapefruit?
I do.
That's different.
I slice up a lot of things. We like to add as many fresh ingredients as we possibly can. Make sure all the ice is in there. So then you put it like that. And then we're gonna take Nolet's Gin. And you're gonna add 1.5 ounces of this.
There's another one I recognize, gin.
Yeah.
There we go.
Except your gin has like the skull and crossbones on it.
This is an amazing gin. It's definitely delicious. And here's something that's a little different. Ginger beer is what we're gonna add next.
Ginger beer. That's not like
Yes.
ginger ale. It's ginger
It's
beer.
it's a little stronger than ginger beer, but it actually has no alcohol in it, which a lot of people think ginger beer does.
Yeah.
But there's actually no alcohol in ginger beer. So then we're gonna pour this in there, just like that. Leave a little room, and then we're gonna add a floater of bullet rye on top. So it's about 0.5 ounces. This is one of our locals' favorite cocktails when they come here. Not to mention it looks beautiful in the glass. And then to finish it, my favorite part of the drink is we're gonna add a filthy cherry to it. Do you wanna add the cherry?
A filthy cherry.
Yes.
Filthy cherry?
I don't get to hit him with the cherry?
No, not
Get
today.
the aroma going?
If you really would like to, but
Just
I don't
add it.
think
Just
you'd
drop it in.
appreciate it.
Drop it in like that, right?
Yes.
All right.
And then add
And this is called the Riverwalk?
this is the Riverwalk, yes.
Riverwalk.
Which we are so excited. It's great. You can actually, from my view, I can see the Riverwalk building it almost every day. All right, and you're ready to drink.
All right. I'll try it this one.
You take that one.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Give him a straw. Let him try
I'm
it.
going to have to try it.
Perfect. It's one of our
gotta
staple
give it a
drinks
shot.
here.
That's good. That's good. All right. While Jack continues to drink,
Ooh, that is good.
he may be here tomorrow sitting at this bar with Katie,
I'll be here.
who is mesmerized by her bartending skills. So come on down to the Aloft Bar. You'll get to meet Katie. You'll probably see Jack. And we'll be
Friday
right
night.
back. We're going to get to see some of the rooms, so stay with us. Thanks, Katie.
No
That one's
problem.
good. That one's good.
We have about 14 different room types. Some of the rooms do come with a full-on terrace. Some rooms come with an amazing waterfront view. Some have the city side view. There's some rooms that have your 2 queen beds and a separate living room area where you have your copper seating area. Within a year, we'll be one of the first hotels where you can just bypass the front desk and use your smartphone or your Apple Watch to check into the room. No matter what room you're in, you'll get the complimentary internet access, which is actually the fastest in all of downtown. We have mini fridges in all the rooms, in-room safes, and regardless of what room you're in, you're gonna get an amazing view. Our terrace is a full-on terrace where if you think of a typical hotel balcony, our terrace is about 6 times that size. We're several outdoor seating. It's more of a relaxing atmosphere versus a step-out balcony area. What you'll see is the Hillsborough River and soon to be the Riverwalk. You can see the amazing skyline of downtown as well as to the right, the minarets of the University of Tampa. And there's several lounge chairs and seating for you. The Sal has everything from vibrant colors to unique decor. We have a desk area in all the rooms where you can actually concentrate and take care of work. We have several seating areas so you can unwind away from your bedroom area. And then we have the comfortable bed where you can just relax and sleep the night away. We have a Starwood package, which is actually the relax and stay bed. And it's actually one of the most popular beds here in the market. Depending whether you have a king or a queen bedded room, the artwork on the headboard varies from either the skyline of downtown or the minarets for the University of Tampa.
Jack, another day on the mayor's libation hour.
This is, you getting me into some really neat places.
I'm trying.
Behind the bar here and the beer joints and all those other kind of
We
things.
always end up eating great food, drinking great drinks, and meeting a lot of really cool people. And so this is another great example. I mean, we just had some bright young talent here in the form of Katie. You've obviously got Punit Shah, whose hotel this is. I mean, they're the next generation. They're exactly what we want downtown here, and it's exciting. It's happening.
This is, and so many great things are happening in our town, none the least of which is the potential for USF Medical School coming here, which I think would be great for them. It would be great for us. It would be great for everybody involved.
Yeah, it really would. I think that singular move, if it were to happen, and we really are hoping that it does, could transform downtown in ways that we can't even imagine. Speaker Weatherford put $5 million in the budget so the USF could look at their options. A lot of us have been pushing and prodding and asking the questions. We have a new dean at the med school. We've got a president in Judy Genshef that is supportive of this move. We've got to find the money for it, but I think you bring USF Med School down here, potentially the Heart Institute, potentially the School of Pharmacy, its relationship to Tampa General as its teaching hospital. It's a game changer for downtown Tampa. I think Jeff Vinnick will be a part of that. But to see 5 years from now, that signature tower with the USF Bulls logo up there, where medical students are living down here, working, playing 18 hours a day, it's Katie bar the doors. Tampa's going to be a different place.
Yeah, the people that would bring in, and just the kind of people you're looking for, the kind of people that build the Aloft and everything.
Absolutely.
It'll be great.
Well, stay tuned. We probably will get a chance to talk about that at some point down the road. Come see the Aloft Hotel. Come down and enjoy the Hillsborough River. Come down and meet Katie. Say hello to Punit. This is a great property. We're really proud of this. When the Riverwalk opens up, this will be the place to be. We'll see you next month. But remember, come on downtown, Aloft Hotel. We'll see you next month.